everyone, it's time for this week's edition of the Roar Report. We are looking at the week of September the 18th through the 22nd. Very busy at the junior high, so we're just going to dive right into athletics. Our first event of the week is on Tuesday, September the 19th. Our football players head over the hill to Forest Grove to play their games there. Students dismiss at 1:45 that day. Game time is at 4. If you plan to go be a spectator, make sure you go to Forest Grove High School because that's where the games are being played. High school, not junior high. And then on Wednesday the 20th, our volleyball team heads north on 101. They are going to Seaside. They dismiss at 2 and game time start at 4 o'clock. And then our cross country kids. The kids who run the world are staying home this week. All right, on Saturday the 23rd, our cross country team has a meet out at Alderbrook Golf Course that starts at 9 a.m. That's a great thing to go see if you're interested. So you have lots of opportunities to check out athletic events this week. Other things happening in the building. We are done with our first week and a half of school. That means that most of us have mastered our lockers, we know our schedules, and so we are going to start counting tardies. We've been kind of in a grace period because we know there's a transition in to junior high, but this week we're going to start holding some accountability here for tardies. This is what that looks like. The bell will ring, classroom teachers will close their doors. At that time, students should not knock to get into the classroom. They just need to go to the office, pick up their tardy pass, we'll mark it in the office, and then go back to the classroom door, hand over their tardy pass, teacher lets them in the door. There'll be adults out in the hall making sure that kids do this really quickly because what we don't want to do is miss too much extra instructional time. Okay, and then lunchtime. We have a little update to lunchtime activities. In the past, we've allowed students to eat lunch and then just kind of linger in the cafeteria through the entire lunch period. We're not going to be able to do that anymore, and that's just because we need to make sure that we have adequate supervision in all of our areas. So there are 3 things that kids can do after they're done eating. They can go to the library if they want some quiet time. They can go into the gym if they want to shoot hoops or play volleyball. We also pull out the bottom bleachers so kids can sit up there and just chit chat, or they can go outside behind the building, play touch football, soccer, they can walk the loop, 9 square in the air, all that kind of stuff. So that is an update. Other things happening, let's see. The high school wanted us to make sure and let students know here that they have a forestry team club that is open to 7th and 8th graders. That is led by Mrs. Loeffler. She's a science teacher up at the high school. The forestry team meets every Wednesday at 3:45 and goes till 5. It's right behind the school, like where you pay admission to get into football or soccer games. There's these tall poles that actually feature prominently in the forestry team. This team, I feel like runs the gamut. There's so many awesome things that they do. They teach public speaking. They teach interview skills. But the thing that draws my eye is that you also get to learn axe throwing. And I cannot think of a single situation in life where axe throwing would not be kind of fun. So pole climbing, log tossing. This is a really cool club, and it's actually picking up a lot of traction around the state and something really interesting that your kid can be involved in. So if that's interesting to you, reach out to the high school. Lori Loeffler, science teacher up there, and she can help you navigate that. All right, other things that are happening let's see, I'm looking at my notes here. Thursday, September the 21st at 5:30 at night in our library, we're having an 8th grade parent night, and that is for families who are interested in having their 8th graders go to the Washington, D.C., New York trip that happens in the summertime. That is not a school event, but one of our school staff members, Mrs. Barnett, our librarian, she is the one putting that on. If you are interested in being a part of that, you can reach out to Mrs. Barnett or come to the meeting on Thursday night at 5:30. If you went to the informational night last spring, you don't have to come to this one. It's the same information. But kind of a cool opportunity to get out of town and see a little bit more of our beautiful country. And then another thing that we have going on that I just want to make sure all families and students are aware of is that Tillamook School District has a partnership with Adventist Health, and we are bringing Hazelden into the school district. Oh, my phone is ringing. Hazelden is a group that talks with students and families and communities about addiction issues. And a sad reality of the times we live in is that we have a lot of people that we love and care about who are struggling with addiction. The Hazelden team will be in our community over the course of the next several months. We're having a community and parent gathering at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, September the 20th. That would be a great time for families to hear a little bit more about and preview information that is going to be rolled out to students. Because then on Friday, September the 22nd, we will have a speaker here in our building. We are inviting the 6th grade from East School to come over and join us for that assembly. And we have a gentleman from Hazelden coming in and talking to students about age-appropriate content around drug use and just being aware of what's happening out there and being really careful about the things they're doing and knowing how to report things if they have a concern. This is a really serious topic, unfortunately, but it's also one that we want to make sure that we are in partnership with, law enforcement and the hospital, community health, counseling center, families. If you have any questions about that, please feel free to reach out. We're happy to chat about it. In the meantime, September in Tillamook is gorgeous. We have the best weather of the year happening right now. Hope you guys are getting out after school and enjoying it. It is a great day to be a Lion.